Hi, I'm Joy Rice, and I'm following that lovely lady whose name I don't think I can do justice to pronounce. Klinos? I'm not sure. But anyway, great singing, Wade in the Water, it was lovely. You're going to get a little bit of singing from me, but I'm not a musician, and I'm going to be singing unaccompanied, and it's going to be interesting. I'm a performance poet, and it's really weird when you're performing just to an iPad, but you've got me for 15 minutes, so this might be the time if you don't want to listen to poems which are a bit daft. You might want to go and make a cup of tea or crack open a bottle. But we're doing this for Girls Aloud number 11, and thank you Eagle and Rachel for asking me to join in. I can hear my phone pinging in the background, so it's obviously people putting comments that I didn't look at while I'm doing this. But thanks for asking me, Eagle and Rachel. I'm always a bit anxious doing this. I'm better when I've got people there and I can get a reaction and feed off what the audience are doing and how they react to me. So I don't quite know what you're going to make of it this afternoon. I feel like I'm just talking to myself in a room, although I can see a few comments coming up now, so great. I can see a few of my friends coming on, so that's good. You might not know why I'm doing this, but this is a concert for Punk for the Homeless called Girls Are Loud number 11, and it's raising funds for the Hope Orphanage in Sierra Leone. And earlier this afternoon there was pictures of the girls, video of the girls dancing and talking to us and giving us some of their thoughts. I wrote down a couple of things they said. Victory is yours. I liked that. One of the girls said that. Never give up. Dreams come true. I think I had a bad connection as well this afternoon, so I didn't say all that they were going to say. Anyway, I'll start off with my first poem. And there's a little bit of a preamble about this because I'm going back about 6 or 7 years ago now when I last went over to visit my sisters who both live in America. Now, I've got these two sisters. I've got a brother who lives in Cornwall. I hate flying. And to fly to where they live in America, you're looking at a good 12-hour flight, and I'm really not good on flying. And whenever I have to go on a plane, I have to go to the doctors and get some tranquilizers. Now, on this last time that I flew there, I talked to my friend Elaine at church and I said, Elaine, I've been taking Rescue Remedy. Can I get addicted to Rescue Remedy? It's not my drug of choice. That would be red wine, but can I get addicted? And she went, no. But she said that when she's on a plane, she thinks of something, and her thing that she thinks of was the Lord's Prayer. Well, that's okay, but I didn't want to start reciting the Lord's Prayer on the plane and freaking people out next to me. So I went to the doctors and I got a prescription for some tranquilizers for while I was on the plane. And as I'm walking back from the doctors, I'm thinking to myself, I really ought to have something that I can focus on, like a meditation thing, rather than take the tablets. But anyway, I took the tablets anyway because I'm just a wimp. But this is what I came up with, and it's a song. You'll recognise the song. You won't recognise the singing, but this is the song. It's called The Lord's My Pilot. The Lord's my pilot, I'll not fear. He makes me brave to fly. In heavens of blue he leadeth me, and jets me through the sky. My nerves he does restore again, and me to cope doth make within the skies of turbulence, even for its own name's sake. Yea, though I fly through turbulence, yet will I fear no ill, for thou art with me, radar 2 and computer guidance will comfort me still. Told you I'm not a singer. An airline meal thou hast furnished me, and after I'll have a dose. My tongue thou dost with Rescue Remedy anoint, and my teacup overflows. Goodness and mercy all my flight shall surely follow me, and on God's plain I will not fear, but enjoy free films and free TV. I've been having some messages saying people can't see me, then I've got other people saying they can see me, so I don't know, give me a thumbs up if you can see me. Anyway, that was that. I went to the doctors, got the tranquilizers, wrote a song that I was going to sing to myself in my head, not to freak out other people on the plane. And on the Friday, as I was due to fly on the Monday, I went to the bank in Nottingham just to get some, I went to town to get some last minute shopping. And I keep seeing messages coming up. Excuse me, this is distracting me, these messages. Anyway, I went to do some shopping and ended up going to the bank. And something happened at the bank that was just disastrous. That night, it got sorted out, but that night my husband said to me, Joy, are you going to write a poem about this? Because nothing happens without me writing a poem. And I went, it's too complicated. I can't write a poem. So I wrote a parable. And this is my parable, the parable of the bank card. There was once a woman who came down from Bohr to Nottingham, and she just goeth to her bank, which was cooperative. Now, I'm not going to mention the name of the bank because, I don't want to give them any publicity, bad or otherwise. But you might get a clue from where I'm saying. And thereby she just inserted her card into the holy wall to check her balance, and verily it was good. So she pondered and decided to remove some cash, and the machine screen said, no cash available. So she did enter into the courts of the bank to see the cashier. But somewhere betwixt the holy wall and the cashier, she had a blip and left her card in the machine. And the machine did gobble up her card, and she was sore afraid. As you can see, I'm writing this in a biblical way, a bit King James version, but rather Queen Joy's version. The cashier said, verily I say unto you, your card is lost in the machine, it is destroyed and gobbleth up. But be not afraid, we can replace your card within 2 to 3 working days. And the woman from Bulwell was distressed and saith, but I fly out to America on Monday, and I do not have 2 to 3 working days. And the wise and kind cashier said, I shall see what I can do. And meanwhile the woman did run around like a headless chicken. Another worker in the court of the bank remarked that she'd just seen a male co-worker assisting the lady. She remembered as the woman was garbed in vestments of purple, but the woman denied that she'd had the card. The worker said, yes, I've seen you take a card from the man. And the woman from Bohr denied it. 3 times this happened and thrice denied. And the worker said, you must have it somewhere. I saw you have it, and it will all be on CCTV. A higher power is watching you. Now the woman, being sore afraid, looked in her pockets and emptied her bag, and searched high and low. But alas, the card that was once hers was lost. And the woman from Bohr were worried that she'd had another blip, as she could not remember any man giving her the card. Then lo, the first cashier returned and asked the male co-worker to look inside the holy wall, and lo, there was the card there stuck. A miracle worker was called, and with much effort and pulling out of the wall of the holy machine, the card was retrieved and had not been gobbled up. The woman rejoiced and entered the courts of the bank with thanksgiving in her heart. And then the cashier said, what is your first and third digits of your secret number? And the secret numbers were given, but they did not work. So the cashier said, what is your memorable name? And the memorable name was given, but it did not work. And the cashier said, what is your name? The name was given, but the name of the woman from Bulwell was not the same as the name on the card. And the woman wept and had to have a rescue remedy sweetie. And then the cashier said, just a minute, I will consult with a higher power. The woman from Bulwell wept and had to have another rescue remedy sweetie. And then the higher power, the manager, appeared and spake sweetly, revealing that the bank, being very cooperative, had had another woman into the bank, also dressed in vestments of fine purple, and being very cooperative, they had bestowed on her the other card. And lo, they had also given her £50 from the woman from Bulwell's account. But they'd not asked the secret questions and the memorable numbers, or looked at the names on the cards. That's how cooperative that bank was. So they just apologised profusely and offered to contact the other woman and do swapsies, so that the card belonging to the woman from Bulwell might be returned. And later that night, the missing card was returned by the bank, that is cooperative, and there was much rejoicing in Bulwer, for that which was lost was found. And the woman from Bulwer could go off to America on the Monday with her plastic. I'm saying something here that only friends can see me, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Is there something on this for me to alter it? I don't know. I don't know how to change the settings, Rachel. I'll have to just do it and then send it to you, and you'll have to send it to other people afterwards. I've only got 5 minutes left anyway, so I don't know how to sort the thing out. Sorry. I'm going to do my next thing anyway, and then you can I'll just have to share it to the Punk for the Homeless page so they can put it out later. As I'm saying, this is for Punk for the Homeless. For the Girls Are Allowed number 11, there'll be links for you to raise money, to send you money, to help raise money for this good cause. You may have come across the book, The Wonky Donkey. And this is a story about a donkey that's wonky and cronky and all sorts of things. It's all in rhyme. And I thought, I can do something like that. I'm going to do the Supposed Bobo. So this is me, and this is the Supposed Bobo. And I've done this in Nottingham dialect. I were walking on Corsey, and I saw a little horsey. And I said, "Hey up, little horsey, get off Corsey." I were walking on Corsey, and I saw a little horsey. And I said, "Hey up, little horsey, get off Corsey." And he said, "I'm not an horsey, I'm a Supposed Bobo." So Supposed Bobo, Supposed Bobo. I were walking on Corsey, and I saw a little horsey. And I said, "Hey up, little horsey, get off Corsey." And he said, "I'm not an horsey, I'm a Supposed Bobo." He were a naughty Supposed Bobo, he were a yobbo bobo. Supposed Bobo, yobbo bobo. I were walking on Corsey, and I saw a little horsey. And I said, "Hey up, little horsey, get off Corsey." And he said, "I'm not an horsey, I'm a Supposed Bobo." He were a naughty Supposed Bobo, he were a yobbo bobo. And he had on his slippers, slippers that looked like flippers. Supposed Bobo, yobbo bobo, slippers look like flippers. This does go on a bit. It's not as good as the Wonky Donkey. I were walking on Corsey, and I saw a little horsey. And I said, "Hey up, little horsey, get off Corsey." And he said, "I'm not an horsey, I'm a Supposed Bobo." He were a naughty Supposed Bobo, he were a yobbo bobo. And he had on his slippers, slippers look like flippers. And he were drinking Supposed beer, cheers. Supposed Bobo, yobbo bobo, slippers look like flippers, Supposed beer, cheers. I were walking on Corsey, and I saw a little horsey. And I said, "Hey up, little horsey, get off Corsey." And he said, "I'm not an horsey, I'm a Supposed Bobo." And he were a naughty Supposed Bobo, he were a yobbo bobo. And he had on his slippers, slippers look like flippers. And he were drinking Supposed beers, cheers. And I said, "Giz a swag," and he said, "No." Supposed Bobo, yobbo bobo, slippers look like flippers. Supposed beer, cheers, giz a swag, no. I were walking up Corsey, and I saw a little horsey, and I said, "Hey up, little horsey, get off Corsey." And he said, "I'm not an horsey, I'm a Supposed Bobo." He were a naughty Supposed Bobo, he were a yobbo bobo. And he had on his slippers look like flippers. And he were drinking Supposed beers, cheers. And I said, "Give us a swag," and he said, "No." And he were eating mushy peas and a chip cob. Supposed Bobo, yobbo bobo. Slippers look like flippers. Supposed beer, cheers, mushy peas and cobbo. And it goes on, and it ends up with him saying, "Giz a swag," and he said, "No." And he were eating mushy peas and a chip cob, and he said, "Oh, your horses, no snap for you." So I were walking on Corsey, and I saw a little horsey, and I said, "Hey up, little horsey, get off Corsey." And he said, "I'm not an horsey, I'm a Supposed Bobo." And he had on his slippers look like flippers. And he were drinking Supposed beer, cheers. And I said, "Giz a swag," and he said, "No." And he were eating mushy peas and a chip cob. And he said, "Oh, your horses, no snap for you." And I said, "What yo gawping at?" And he said, "Ain't you never seen a Supposed Bobo, yobbo bobo, slippers look like flippers, Supposed beers, cheers, mushy peas and chip cobbo. Oh, dear horses, no snap for you. And I said no, so I got off them. I can see some of my friends are watching it. I don't think the people from Punk from the Homeless have been able to watch it, so I'm going to have to do something now to share it to them. But if you can go to Punk for the Homeless page, or go to the page that's called Girls Allowed 11, there's a link for you to send a donation if you're able. If you don't like giving money online, which I'm a bit funny about, and you see me and you want to give me a couple of quid, I can put it in an envelope and I can take it round to Eagle and Rachel's door, and I can pop it through their letterbox. Rachel and Eagle have done loads of this fundraising online, and they got loads of money last year. Thank you so much for watching. I think I'm going over my time, I'm not sure. Unlike Linos, who was on before me with her great singing, who said she hadn't got a clock, there's actually 3 clocks in this room, but they've all got different times on them. Only by a few minutes, but I think I've probably had my 15 minutes. Thanks for watching. I'm going to finish now. And yeah, sorry if you've not been able to watch it at the right time. It's 5 to 3 now. End of my time. Bye. God bless you all.